Good morning, students. Let's start the first chapter of English literature, that is The Selfish Giant by Oscar Wilde. Before we begin with the story, let's learn about the author. Oscar Wilde was a prolific Irish author. Prolific means producing a large number of works. Like, he wrote plays, fiction, essays, epigrams, and poetry. He graduated from Oxford University and was one of the most popular playwrights of his times. He took an active part in the fashionable society of London and depicted its customs and habits in his plays with great humor. He also wrote moral stories for children. The Selfish Giant was part of his collection. Now I will start with the story. The story is about a selfish giant. Giant means a person who is very tall, huge, and powerful. There lived a giant in a castle which had a beautiful garden. The children were fond of playing in the giant's garden. It was a lovely garden with soft grass and beautiful flowers. It had 12 peach trees and flourished with pink and pearl flowers in spring season and turned into rich fruits in the autumn season. The children listened to the songs of various birds and thus lived with great happiness. Their enjoyment had ended with the arrival of the giant, who was away for last 7 years to a friend's house. He was extremely angry when he saw the children playing in his garden. He started shouting and built a high wall around his garden. He put up a notice that trespassers will be prosecuted. That means a legal proceeding will be conducted against the person who enters his property without his permission. The decision made the children sad, as they did not have a place to play, because if they played on the road, there was a lot of dust and stones. They were very sad and depressed. As the time passed by, spring season came and flowers blossomed everywhere, and little birds were chirping all around. But it did not arrive in the giant's garden. There were barren winters only. Trees and flowers were not blossoming. No birds were chirping. However, the snow and the frost were very happy. The snow covered up the grass and frost covered the trees. What is frost? It's a thin layer of ice. The north wind was invited to stay by them. They brought chaos in the garden. Then they planned to invite hail. Hail is frozen rain. It fell on the roof of the castle and broke most of it. However, the giant was waiting eagerly for the spring to arrive and was hopeful. One morning, the giant heard the melodious song of a bird. Initially, the giant thought that it must be the king's musician passing by. Then, giant rejoiced, as he was sure that the spring has arrived. He looked out and found that the children were back. Through a hole in the wall, the children had crept in. Every tree was blossoming, as in every tree there was a little child sitting on its branch. The birds were flying, flowers were laughing, except for a place where a small child could not climb the tree. The poor tree wanted the child, as frost, snow, and north wind were blowing on that tree. The giant realized his mistake and decided to break the wall. He went downstairs and opened the front door, but the children were frightened to see him. The small boy could not run away. The giant lifted the boy and put him onto a branch of the tree. The tree blossomed at once. The giant's behavior was changed, and he allowed the other children to come and play in his garden, and with them entered the spring. The giant took an axe and knocked down the wall. People were surprised to see the children playing with the giant. That was the story. So what's the moral of the story? It teaches the importance of sharing the good things in life and how it brings happiness to not just the one it is being shared with, but also the one who is sharing. It also teaches that one gets what he gives. If you spread happiness, you will get happiness in return. And if you give sadness to others, it also comes back to you. Hope you understood the story and enjoyed it too. Stay tuned for more videos and do like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.